Good morning, everyone. This is the presentation for Group 5, Assessment 3 in Injury Risk Management. I'm Marcus, and our Group 5 is composed by Dinah and Olamide as well. This presentation is split in Introduction, Technology Report, Work and Customers Injury, also include Event and Decision Tree Analysis for Work and Customer Injury and Unpredictable Repairs. By the end of the presentation, we have the conclusions, recommendations, and also attached all the references included. In this new scenario, RTS is now expecting from the project engineer team to produce a new analysis and a new evaluation based on the risk register that was produced before. So we're going to be talking about working injury and unpredictable repairs. Part of this technology report, we had to identify all the risks involved in working injuries and unpredictable repairs. A deep analysis using decision tree and event tree, it's attached for the next slide, and who will be presenting it's my colleague Dinah. Thank you.
Thanks, Marcos, for introducing our technology report. My name is Dinah, and I'm gonna talk about in deep of the work and customer injury risk. So, among the most catastrophic work accidents that can occur at RTS, the one involving the company's vehicle during working hours with clients inside could endanger people's life. So, in the risk management plan, we did a cause and effect analysis, and we got the potential cause of these risks. In this technology report, we are gonna work with the failure of the PMP and the lack of training of the drivers. So after identifying the potential risks, we did an event and tree analysis to thinking about potential risk controls. So from the event tree analysis, we got 5 different scenarios, which says that the work injury can caused by PMP failure and lack of training, can be caused by PMP failure or by lack of training, can occur for another reason, or even cannot occur. Those were the 5 different case scenarios that we got, and we got also different probability for them to happen at RTS. From the event tree analysis, we should decide with how is the financial viability to apply those risk controls and make the decision to apply or not. So in the decision tree analysis, we work with 2 different scenarios. One of them is implementing training and ensuring PMP success, and the other one is without implementing any risk control. The cost of implementing the risk control involves train the drivers during the year and also hire someone who is in charge to check the quality of the PMP activities. And so we got like 4 scenarios and 4 different costs for those scenarios. Considering both analyses, it's recommended that the company choose to implement those risk controls. Even though it is more expensive implemented, thinking about the long term and the consequence of this risk, which can lead people to death or affect the company's reputation, it is the best decision. Moreover, the implementation of those risk controls can decrease by up to 4 times the probability of work injuries happen according to the event tree analysis. Thank you so much, guys. Now me they're talking about the unpredictable repairs.
Thanks, Dinah, for explaining the first risk. I'm now going to present the second process-based risk for RTS as identified by our group, which is unpredictable repairs. For RTS, that's a transportation company, unpredictable repairs are definitely inevitable from time to time. And if this risk is not properly controlled, there can be several negative impacts resulting from it. Some of these impacts could be increased financial costs. There could be outright vehicle replacements or reduced vehicle life and time wastage in the company as well. And to reduce the risk of these repairs, it is important to implement a preventive maintenance program in RTS through leveraging solid PMP practices. And in this part, I have identified 2 points that can increase the occurrence of unpredictable repairs, and also analyzed both points with the event tree and decision tree analysis. From the data gathered, unpredictable repairs was assumed at 4% and at a frequency of 0.04 per year. The assumed likelihood of this risk occurring is a 55% chance and 45% chance of not happening. According to Torabi 2016, the prediction for lack of training was at 0.59 true and 0.41 false in a realistic scenario. So I presented the outcomes of this, and the probability of occurrence showed higher chances of the risk occurring if not properly controlled. I then went on to analyze the same risk using a decision tree analysis to understand the best option for RTS. I identified the need for adequate training and standard maintenance practices at a cost of $200,000 to RTS. The data gathered by Suratka 2021, from that data, I deduced the downtime cost of $1.2 million per hour in the automotive industry. And using this data, I calculated the cost for each repair risk and its outcome scenario. The result was that there is a high probability that unpredictable repairs will not occur if, with a cheaper outcome scenario, if the appropriate risk controls are put in place. Also, a high chance of unpredictable repairs occurring at an estimate of 1.2 million if the appropriate risk controls are not put in place. Now, both options present that it is viable for RTS to mitigate the risks of unpredictable repairs by implementing the suggested measures in order to avoid negative results as highlighted previously. In summary, RTS must ensure that standard maintenance practices such as keeping adequate maintenance schedule records, adhering to specific use limitations of the vehicles, clear supervision and maintenance check, and servicing reports are followed as well. Because this is important to make appropriate provision for use of the vehicle, for training of the vehicle operators, and to ensure that the vehicles are properly cared for in order to enhance the vehicle life at the end.
In conclusion, it is clear that it is really important to implementing risk control to mitigating all these chances to happen, working injuries and unpredictable repairs. All these tools that we use it for this report with the tree analysis and the decision for event and decision analysis proved to be worth it and really important to mitigate and reduce those risks to happens. As part of the conclusion, we also found that it is important to invest in training and make sure that it is not over exceeding the capacities for any vehicle, and provide the specific training for all the employees involved. As recommendation, the process of risk management is an endless process, which means that RTS should analyze in regular basis and even receive updates from specialists that would be really helpful and can lead to minimize and mitigate all the risks involved in this process that we have analyzed. We are now in the end of our presentation. This is all the references used to support our analysis report. Thank you so much for your time, and this is a quote that we like to share. There are no secrets to success. It is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure. We hope that you enjoyed. Thank you so much.